Hello and welcome to Film Slam Stream's post-film conversation for a crowd. My name is Eric Siler, and I'm an instructor of film, media arts, and communication, as well as moderator for this conversation. We're very pleased to be joined by three people from this film. We have our director, Dash Kolos, joining us, and you
Hi.
probably recognize the star of the film, Brandon Middleton, and we have another actor from the film, Benjamin Franczuszki. Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, such an honor to be here with you guys.
It's an honor for me to interview you on behalf of all of our viewers watching. This is just such an important piece of work. Issues come up like this in all walks of life. Dash, this is your project. Can you just tell us, I know you're originally from Russia, is that
Yes.
correct? Moscow? So you're here in the US and going to school here, and you tackle an issue that has come among certain people of this population. How did you get to come up with this topic and decide to do a film like this?
Thank you for the question. It actually, I think, subjects and ideas like that choose an artist. Yes, I was born in Moscow, but I sort of grew up in a very international community. And a lot of my friends literally from all over the world, from Jamaica, from Brazil, from Nigeria, Kenya. And we had this very safe space where we actually really celebrated each other and differences. So moving to the United States in my early 20s, that's where sort of I had a lot of moments where a lot of things really just surprised me, not in a positive way. So I kind of quickly realized a lot of times the art is celebrated not as much as the artists, and the artists are asked to basically change to fit in, and that kind of didn't sit well with me. This very obvious, I'd say, I don't want to say obvious idea came to me, but yes, the idea visited me. And then, so in 2018, I started writing the script, and it was it was like a year before the Crown Act was even started in California. So, but after that, there have been some changes. Unfortunately, not on a federal level, and there is still no federal law that actually doesn't allow discrimination based on Afro natural hair. And so we aware, this subject is not present only in the US, in the UK, in Canada, in France. In France, they just passed the law, I believe. In the UK, they're working really hard toward it. And right now in the US, we have 27 states that have passed this law, yet still not on federal level, and 23 states are still kind of not quite there.
That's a good piece of information, because hair is important for someone's identity, no matter what type of hair you have. Brandon, this idea, the script that you have that was presented to you, you read it. Can you tell us your response to the script when you first read it?
It wasn't a surprise to me because me and Dash have had these conversations before, even just inside of the industry. Should my hair be puffy and curly? Do casting want to see black men with braids, or do I want it what kind of roles would I be going out for? And she was always one why does that matter? Why does that matter? And I was like, in America, it just seems to matter. It just seems to matter. But I was not surprised when she gave me that script. I was pleasantly surprised at the depths that she had gone to and the research that she had done. And even she kind of more introduced me to the Crown Act more in detail, the way that she just explained it to you. And I just thought it was a really good idea to incorporate the film, not only with just a Black actor or a community, but also with an act that we actually have a mission with this film that actually goes into, passing a law and actually making change, and not just bringing attention to, but actually in support of something that people can already get behind and already push for.
So for Brenda, follow up, as a matter of artistic interpretation, did you actually, was that your actual hair and did you cut it or did you actually,
No,
get
we had an
hair
absolutely
and
Hold on, hold on. I
phenomenal.
was prepared. I was prepared for this question.
Yeah.
Really prepared for this question. So, um,
Oh wow.
it would have been a really wrong idea to ask an actor to alter his appearance for a piece of art. Although, of course, it is done. We had an incredible wig maker from North Carolina. And so she was a huge part of this vision. We worked for months to actually have the right third character, because to us it was a character that we were developing. So
yeah, it came across well. I mean, it comes across as human hair. It's
Mm.
well done with that. Moving on to you, Brandon. Same question as to you, Benjamin. Same question I had from Brandon. But your role was kind of like maybe in a sense the antagonist in a way. What was your response to the script when you first read it?
Um, I I prefer I think I'm a nice person. But I like to play almost opposite myself. It's fun to play in other people's worlds. And I grew up in the Northeast, so this character, Matthew, is from New York. So my mom's from New York. So I think I grew up in a familiar setting. Like I know people like him. So that was I think when there's identification there, it's fun. Um, but yeah, it's similar. My father's from Romania, so I didn't grow up similarly with that kind of value set that some Americans have of like, I mean, entitlement, I would say, and especially when it comes to yeah. Anyway, so I like almost playing, even though it's uncomfortable. I like playing the uncomfortable kind of bad guy in a way, and Matthew almost isn't at the end. It's almost endearing because he's like almost not bad because he doesn't know what he doesn't know, right? And so I was really into when Dash presented it to me. I was really into the writing and uh, really excited to work with Brandon. I thought this was like a collaboration. We kind of reacted off each other, and so that was really fun. Even though we know each other and we're friends, it was kind of interesting to play these like bizarre characters. So I like it. I've gotten used to playing kind of more I hate the word villain, but out there roles.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to stick with you, Benjamin, and just go in reverse order. Uh, so you took on this role. What did you add to the role, knowing that you see yourself as a good guy, but some directors, I'm sure Dash is not like a lot of directors, will let you provide your own interpretation to the character. What did you bring to the character to help move the story along?
I thought Dash did a really good job of kind of directing each moment. I thought I like being directed in that way. She's really hands-on, kind of working with the DP, which is the director of photography as well, watching kind of every frame. So I thought she did an excellent job of that. When I saw it finally, I was like, oh, okay, that really made sense. The physicality. She really wanted me to have Matthew kind of some of the gesture work, which is ironically what we worked on years ago in class. And that was really fun and it landed quite well. And there was some humor in Matthew, which was surprising. But what I think I brought is I think I brought a real I worked on his history, I would say. And I think sometimes it's like, well, why is he this way? What was his father like? For me, sometimes doing my own backstory gives me separates Matthew from myself. So I think I did that, and that kind of led me when I was on set to have my own story as to why. Because again, I would never act like that in real life. So how do I separate that? And so yeah, I think it's about doing like the work prior.
Well, great, great. Moving on to you, Brandon. So I have to tell the viewers you have not seen the film yet. And
No.
And well, tell me why you haven't seen the film, and I'll go into my question.
I haven't seen the film. It's my fault. I haven't seen the film because I've been on vacation. I had just had a child during some of this stuff, so it was Father's Day, my first Father's Day. I couldn't get to New York. It was really unforeseen circumstances. I did want to see the film, particularly with my cast, which I'll get a chance to do in about 2 weeks. But that's
May I interfere? Because it was also basically my decision not to just share a link with him. I really want him to experience this film in a theater, with the right sound, with the right people around him, because I really want him to have a very strong experience watching it for the first time. So it was important for me to not share it with him.
Exactly. Thank you for that, Dash, for doing that. It's not like you're being you're being an artist, and it's very important for how you want your work to be displayed. So, Brandon, knowing that you haven't seen the film,
Mhm.
what message do you hope people will get out of the film when they do see it?
um I guess they could take a few, but I guess the main one would be is this idea of conforming and taking away your identity to somehow fit into whatever you're trying to do in life. There's so many aspects of our lives where we have to kind of compartmentalize and kind of fall into the norm to get by or to get accepted. And sometimes it's like there should be one piece of us that we can hold on to and go into any room. We shouldn't have to cut our hair if it means something, so significant to us or so significant to our identity or our spirituality or our culture. We shouldn't have to strip ourselves away to be accepted into a job or into a profession or into being heard. And so what I hope people take away is just that, like, while there are some social things we have to do, we shouldn't have to strip people of their identity. I remember going to certain schools where I wasn't allowed to have an afro. You weren't allowed to have braids because the people that were in charge didn't understand the culture that we came from, and they associated it with whatever they wanted to put on it. And I think it's a chance, this film gives you a chance to say, like, instead of telling people they need to cut their hair, understand why they're growing their hair in the first place, understand what that means to them. And at the end of the day, do those things really affect their ability to do their job effectively?
Well said. Thank you, Brandon, for that. And Dash, okay, in a short synopsis, just tell me the backstory to this. How long did it take to assemble your cast, and how long did it take to shoot? How long did it take to edit, and where the film is at now in terms of its exhibition stage or distribution stage?
Well, the idea came to me in 2018. The script was ready, first draft-ish was ready in 2020. Then we shot, so between 2020 and 2023, there was a lot of rewrites, and of course, just making a decision. Okay, I'm making it. So when decision was made, then it was crowdfunding. There was just looking for budget, and we shot it in February 2023. We shot on film, 16 millimeter film, over the course of 2 days. It was a really quick production. We worked really fast. So then we jumped right into editing. It was ready by, and of course, like, since it's independent film, so it could have been ready faster, but the budget allowed us to, work with how we worked. It was ready in August 2023, which is really, a pretty great turnaround. We've submitted to, quite a few festivals. Festival world is interesting to maneuver. However, we've had few invitations. Just past July, we won the best short film at World Culture Film Festival. Just together with some incredible projects. We were on that stage, just, it was a very proud moment for everyone. And right now we are going to have another screening in 2 weeks, end of September in LA. And then the boys don't know it yet, but we just received another invitation from another festival. So so we have a couple of more screenings to attend. We're also working on independent screenings because we would love to have a screening, a premiere in the UK. One of our associate producers and people who've been really supporting this project from the very beginning is from London. Shannon Mills, and she's been a great advocate for hair and this subject in London. So we're working on the UK premiere, and hopefully we'll have Nigerian premiere because one of our amazing artists on the soundtrack is from Lagos, and 5 of his songs basically created the mood for our film. So hopefully we still have some destinations to go to. I think it will be important to bring this to Canada, and basically as many festivals, as want to screen us, we will be more than happy. So if you know a guy, I'm just kidding, but yes. So we're working on making sure more people see it, because also for me, what was really important to bring this film in the rooms where this subject is not talked about. I wanted to bring into the rooms where basically rooms full of white people who don't know this issue even exists. And I was really surprised while working on the, in pre-production, I was really surprised that that's a lot of times that it's people not even aware that, oh, that's the thing, they they can make you do that. And so for me it was important to actually bring more awareness and just to kind of like bring this film into the rooms where the subject is absolutely unknown.
Well, I appreciate that. It's just really good to see how something has come together and something's being displayed. And it's a conversation piece, because this is one of those films in which people just are going to talk about afterwards as well, on many different levels. And that's why I'm glad that we can have this conversation. As we wrap up here, Dash, just real quick, just tell me a little bit. You shared with me before we started this interview about the endings of the film. Share with us the original ending and how the other ending came into play.
Absolutely. So the original ending was very basically where the film ends for the first time before the title and before the alternative ending starts, which I don't think is alternative. It's just the actual ending. Why? So the film was originally ending there. It just didn't feel right with me. It didn't. Time changed. A lot of work has been done. The Crown Act was placed into law in a few states, including New York. And I just wanted to give Keith Smith, the main character, more agency, and I wanted the film to be more powerful, impactful, and again, I wanted to bring something positive, and end on a very positive note, uplifting, just uplifting people who needs that little, like, you know what? Yeah. This is the ending. This is how I want my story to turn in a way, I guess.
Great. I appreciate that explanation. So as we wrap up here, let me just move on to Brandon and Benjamin. I'll start with you, Benjamin. What's next for you? What can we expect to see from you in the future?
I work like on projects that I've worked on that are coming out.
What's coming up as an actor, director, as an artist? What can we expect to see from you soon?
Well, we're going to be at a festival in Beverly Hills in 2 weeks, as Dash said. The Lady Filmmaker Festival. Dash, what's it called?
Yeah, Lady Filmmakers Festival.
Oh, I had that. All right. Ladies Filmmakers Festival in 2 weeks. Brandon's nominated for Best Actor, so like very stoked about that. He deserves it. I'm really proud of him. And I have a few things. I worked on I'll just give myself like a plug. I have 2 I have a TV show called Hal and Harper with Mark Ruffalo and Lily Reinhart coming out next year. I'm in one episode, play a character named Jack. And I'm not sure what network that's going to be on. And then I worked on a TV show in Toronto called Cross. I'm in one episode of that. So yeah, and then I would say just the strike has been over for a little bit. So I think we all three of us could say this. We're really excited for the future. The strike was challenging. I'm also a filmmaker as well. So I have a few projects that I'm trying to get produced. So that's kind of what's going on.
Oh, great, great. Well, all the best to you in that. Hopefully you'll get those villain roles as well.
Yeah, they're kind of endless. So I've just accepted like my career is going to be like Jeremy Irons or Alan Rickman, but I'm cool with it. I've accepted it. Yeah.
Great, great. Benjamin, same question. What's next for you besides finally seeing this film in 2 weeks?
Next for me as an actor, been involved in some talks with some shows that might be going into development. Been doing some table reads with them. Can't really talk about a lot of them, but just actor life, like still same old, like auditioning, working on the craft, and that's pretty much what I got coming up next. I try not to look too far into advance or put any eggs in one basket. It's just work and enjoying the art and just doing it and seeing what comes next. But so far, it is the Lady Filmmaker Festival and getting to watch it with my cast and crew, with
And
the
hopefully
cast and crew.
winning the
That's my thing.
award, winning the award.
And possibly winning an award.
Exactly. I like that thinking. And finally, for you, Dash, any plans to make this into a feature, or are your
This,
eyes set on another project?
well, yeah, no, this was absolutely going to be a short film. I don't want to develop into a feature film. I think it's incredibly unnecessary unless it involves more pieces, which I do have idea for, but I feel like it has a perfect message and it's delivered. However, I'm working on my next script. Well, I have a lot of scripts that I've written over the years. Right now, I'm rewriting the next film that I think I want to dedicate my time to, and it's going to be a feature film. Just doing rewrites, next draft, and it's because you think you wrote something amazing, and then a year after you read it, and you're like, it's terrible. And you just have to start over, but you have that, that wind underneath my wings. I'm ready to take on this challenge. So I'm working on my next feature film. I'm a photographer by day, so I'm always creating. I'm always working with actors. I do a lot of headshots, so I get to direct actors every day. It makes me really happy.
Oh, great, great. I know we're out of time, but I have to ask you this question real quick, Dash. You say you're doing a lot of rewrites work on scripts and so forth, but isn't it kind of hard knowing that you had the success with Crown and you're trying to, is that in the back of your head as you're doing these rewrites? Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. I want this to live up or succeed its standards. Or is that in your mind as you're doing your rewrites?
You know what? I don't think that I need to live up to anything, because Crown was a very successful personal project for me, because it was very challenging to from the beginning to the very end. And even it might appear that, a few festivals happen. However, as any filmmaker would tell you, like, oh my God, but I wanted to make it into that festival and that festival. I wanted to get, so it's really never about that kind of achievement. It's a personal win. And I think to what it gave me is the knowing that I can do it and anything is possible if you really want it. And that's what I'm applying to my next project. And I know that those rewrites need to happen, because I really want to deliver work that actually matters and sends a message.
That's a great approach to have. Dash Kolos, director of The Crown, Brandon Middleton, actor. Benjamin Franczuszki, actor as well. Thank you all so much for joining us today and sharing some time with us and inspirational moments. I appreciate all of you and I wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much.
Eric.
Thanks
you
a
for having
lot.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you to our audience for joining us for this important and invigorating conversation. For more information about our upcoming film festival, please visit us at clevelandfilm.org. I'm Eric Siler. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks.